For our ident, we used black and white VHS tape static as the main image and then the static sound. We also used a short clip of colour static to break up the ident. It took us a long time to find the perfect VHS static without a watermark, but we settled on a circular VHS so that our production company could fit in the middle. We created it on Premiere Pro and we made the glitch effect, but changing the position of the image and adding time markers and changing it again. We chose to use static as we thought it tied in with the photography element of our opening scene and thought that it was quite mysterious.
The first sequence was in the dark room. We chose this because it looked spooky and created an eerie atmosphere due to the low-key lighting, which symbolic card of the John May. It also had the red light, which connotes death and danger, which is the main theme in our opening scene. The sound here creates an uncomfortable atmosphere, and we added sound effects that help with this. Also in this scene, you don't know what the main character is doing, or what photos he is developing. This creates enigma codes attracting the audience as it makes them intrigued.
In this sequence, we used a lot of extreme close-ups to emphasise the actions of the main characters. One problem we encountered when filming this was that we wanted it to look realistic and be using the proper equipment, so we had to delay our filming schedule until we were back at school so that we could use the real darkroom, which shortened our editing time.
We put our first title here as it was the ending of our darkroom sequence, and so we wanted to break up the locations. This is also when there is a music change.
Here, we have a shallow depth of field as it is focusing on the pegs and the cinematic feel of our film, also creating aesthetic pleasures. The shakiness of the camera makes the audience feel like they are a photo being pegged up. The close frame of not being able to see the character's face and also the photo themselves adds the enigma codes. There are cultural signifiers as you can see the crystal band on the character's wrist appealing to the younger audience. The developing of the photos foreshadows the theme of our opening scene, which is people changing. There are also binary positions in this shot as you can see the light and dark sides of the room.
For the font, we had the idea of it being like the handwriting because it links to the youth audience and it makes them wonder who it is that is writing. To get this font, we used the website Defont and found a font called My Handwriting, and we downloaded this.
Here we see the next location, which is the park. We use this as it's an everyday place that everyone can relate to, making the main character seem conventional. This strengthens the preferred reading that we wanted the audience to have of the main character being normal and relatable. We used a long shot so that the setting could be shown. Also with this, you can see the autumn leaves, which again signifies the theme of change in our production.
This extreme close-up gives the audience an introduction to the character as they finally see his face clearly. The fact that he has his eyes closed suggests what he is thinking, which leads on to the flashback.
This fast succession of shots drives the narrative and lets the audience understand why the main character wants to hurt her. During this flashback, there is a point of view shot which allows the audience to be in the character's shoes. The voiceover adds more depth to the narrative as the audience can match the voices to the faces, and it gives them more information on the emotions that the main character is feeling and the relationship between the two characters.
We used a dip to white in between all of the flashback clips. The fact that we repeated the dip to white made it clear to the audience that it was a flashback. Here we introduced our second character, as she is only in the flashbacks. This makes the audience wonder why she has been forgotten and not in the present clips. Here the audience can see that we have represented both genders, males as being threatening and dangerous, creating a negative representation, and females as innocent and victimised. It also represents the younger generation, as they are both around 17 years old. We did this so that our target audience can identify with the characters.
We made the titles on After Effects because we wanted it to make your handwriting and emotion. We did this by following a YouTube video that gave us a step-by-step guide.
Here we had Lucy walking away to signify her walking away from their friendship, and with an extreme close-up of the main character so the audience could see his emotions clearly. Also, his facial expression was quite creepy and menacing to convey that he is a threat, not a victim. Also, the close-ups create synthetic personalisation where the audience feel he is looking at them, engaging them in the narrative. This was also the first shot where we colour graded the footage, adding a cooler tone filter. We then proceeded to make all of our shots like this. This creates a cold and negative atmosphere which is conventional of thriller films.
Next, we did a match-on action sequence where every shot followed from each other this way to create continuity in the narrative. Then there is a high-angle shot, which signifies vulnerability. However, in reality, he is actually a predator. This is subverting the convention of this shot, keeping the audience engrossed in the opening scene.
The next shot we have used pull focus, where the camera starts as being focused on a towel placed on his bed, but then moves over to the main character, drawing attention to him and creating emphasis. Here we can see the main character in his home, which allows the audience to get to know him more, as you can see him in his bedroom, which gives them insight into his personality.
Then we use an over-the-shoulder, high-angle shot to give the audience a clear view of the photos so that it becomes apparent of his true intentions. We We kept this shot long so that the audience could see the progression of the photos, with them starting off as innocent photos of the female character until it becomes obvious that he took the photos without consent. The last photo we showed, we did as a close-up so that it suggests that he has been taking photos secretly, which intrigues the audience, engaging their attention.
This is an arc shot of the main character looking through the photos with an ominous look on his face. The movement of the camera is unsteady, which mirrors his unstable mind.
This is the last title, and throughout all of the titles, there has been one red letter. This is because red connotes death and danger, as well as the red letter spelling out a subliminal message to the audience of killer eggs. This suggests to the audience the final destination of the film, with the male being a killer, with the girl being killed.
We have an extreme close-up of the antagonist using his phone, where he hovers before calling, suggesting that he's thinking twice. It is also predominantly low-key lighting, showing that there is going to be danger. This contrasts with the next shot, where it is high-key lighting, showing the victim's innocence. Her declining call and present conveys to the audience that she is stopping contact with the antagonist.
This next shot shows his anger with her decision to decline the call as he is being violent and aggressive. We got him to throw his phone so that the audience would worry about his emotional stability. His anger is then shown to have progressed much further as he reaches for the knife. We did a close-up of the knife in his hand, leaving the audience to wonder if he was going to hurt himself or someone else.
We decided to end our opening scene with a counted angle shot to show his disorientation and leave them wondering what is going to happen next and worrying about the safety of the victim. The projected shadow on the wall of him holding the knife in a threatening stance hints towards his true intentions. At this point, you can recognise that the preferred reading of the main character being normal and relatable has changed to him being clean, untrustworthy, and a threat.
We named our film Snapshot as it ties in with the theme of photographs. We again used the glitch effect as we thought that it gave a disorientated result after the cliffhanger. We also used the red font to emphasise the danger that follows.